What's going on, guys? In this video, we're talking all about the universal mental laws. Now, the reason why you're going to want to stick to the end of this video and watch the rest of this series is because these universal laws I'm going to break down to you here are super important because they literally dictate your life. And what's sad is a lot of people go on living their entire lives without understanding and realizing these laws. And so they leave their life up to chance. Well, my friend, if you understand how these laws work, and then better yet, if you understand how they can work for you, you can literally build the life of your dreams. Anything when it comes to wealth, health, finances, all of it, there's nothing off the table. But first comes understanding these laws. So stay tuned because that's what we're talking about right now. What's going on, guys? My name is Gabe Kemsey and welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I help you guys master your mindset so you can build the business and life of your dreams. And in this series, we're talking about the 7 universal mental laws. Now, the reason why I wanted to do a series about this is because they don't teach us stuff like this in school. In fact, they don't teach us anything about how our minds work and how to actually think. Sure, they teach us, a bunch of knowledge and, depending on what you want to do and where you want to go, but they don't teach you stuff that actually really matters. The stuff that can actually change and dictate the way your life goes, whether that's a good path or a bad one. So that's why I wanted to do this series. Is really to give you the information that you need to understand how your mind works, how the world works around that, and how you can utilize that to be able to make the best choices and create the lifestyle that you really ultimately want. And the cool thing about mental laws is that they're just as omnipresent as physical laws. And what do I mean by that? So way back in the day, a man by Isaac Newton saw an apple fall from a tree. And when he saw that, he had one simple idea that revolutionized the way we think about our world in general. And that is, how come that apple didn't fall up? What is it that caused it to hit the ground? And it's that one question that led him down his discovery, eventually defining gravity, which ultimately, and now today, defined basically our understanding of the physical world and physics in general. Now, in a similar way, there are so many other different types of physical laws. When it comes to gravity, when it comes to energy, when it comes to et cetera, there's a bunch of other things. Same things apply for mental laws. And there are countless mental laws, but these 7 are the most important ones and the ones I want to share with you in this series. Okay, and in this series, we're going to be covering the first law. And the first law basically states what you think about grows. Okay, now this is probably one of the most important mental laws because this foundation is super important. Basically, whatever we focus on and whatever we spend our energy and time thinking of has a greater and greater chance of occurring in our lives. Guys, me and you are essentially big magnets, and the things that we think, our thoughts, which are things, can attract different opportunities and circumstances in our lives. So depending on what you are constantly focusing on, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, those things can tend to show up in your life. I remember when I was young, I was a little kid. I think I was like 7, 8 years old, and this was while I used to play Little League soccer. And I remember one day in particular because it was coming towards the end of the season, and my dream actually was to score a goal, right? That's all I wanted to do, was to score a soccer goal. But for whatever reason, the opportunity never arose, or it just never happened. But I remember one morning distinctly, I'll never forget it. I woke up that morning and I was like, I'm gonna score a goal. I'm gonna score a goal. And that's all I thought about. I'm gonna score a goal. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because let me tell you a secret. I was actually a defender at the time, which, defender people don't score goals. So I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I didn't know when I was gonna do it. I've never had an opportunity in a game to score a goal, but I was obsessed with that thought. I am going to score a goal. Now, about, I think it was like 4 or 5 minutes after the game was about to end, one thing led to another. Next thing I knew, I got the ball. I was like, this is it. It's now or never. Took the ball, dribbled, did a little thing, kicked as hard as I can. I don't know if it was accurate or not, but all I know is that it went into the goal. And at that moment, I realized wow, what I thought about, what I like put my stamp and my faith on actually happened. And I know this is a little bit of a silly example, but it's so true. And I'm sure that you could possibly relate to this. When you've thought of something that you really wanted, or you constantly thought of something and then, it eventually happened. And this could also happen for good things and bad things. Another example that ended up happening to me, which is not so fun, was I ended up, if you're familiar with my story, I've suffered from pulmonary embolisms in the past. And I remember having my first one, the thought of having a second one consumed me. Like, I was obsessed about this thought of, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have another one. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have another one. And unfortunately, I did. About 6 months later, after my first one, I had another one. And I really do believe, outside of maybe some other things, that my focus on that thought, that one negative thought of I'm gonna have another incident, caused that or provoked that or inspired that to, transpire in my life. And so the reason why I want to give you guys these examples is for you to understand that, guys, what you think about grows. What you focus on magnifies, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. So the question I have for you is, what are you thinking about? Because if you're thinking constantly about lack, about I don't have enough money to start my business, or I'm tired of being in debt, or I'll never be able to have, my dream job, or I'll never be in a happy relationship, or I'll never be happy in general, the more you think about those things, the more those things will tend to magnify and grow in your life. However, the more you think about positive things like I'm healthy, right? I'm wealthy. I have enough. I have more than enough. This is going to work. I believe this is going to work in a loving relationship, or I'm going to be in a loving relationship. I'm going to become the person I want to become, or I'm going to get X, Y, and Z. If you constantly and think about those things and focus on those things tend to pass. So let's dive into this a little bit deeper, because in the good book itself, there's a scripture in there that focuses specifically on this concept. So Philippians 4:8-9 literally states, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Why would it say that if not thinking about those things wouldn't allow those things to come true? See, that's the thing. Like, we are meant to, all of us are created in God's image. And at the end of the day, we have the ability and the power to really go forth and create and design the life that we want. You know what I mean? But it starts with our thoughts. It starts with how you think about things. And we're encouraged to think about positive things. Think about things that bring you joy. Think about things that bring you happiness. What is it that you want out of life? What dream do you want to accomplish? I don't care how crazy that dream is. I'm not saying to rationalize it and figure out how to do that. That comes at a later video, okay? All I'm telling you to do is think about those good things. And think about those good things constantly. It's a muscle. It's something that you have to practice. It's something that you have to get good at. And the more you do that, the more energy you put towards good thoughts, the more energy you put towards your dreams and the things that you want to accomplish, the good things that you want to show up in your life, the more those things are going to actually pop up and introduce themselves, because those things do want to come to you. At the same time, those other negative things that keep us down, if you're constantly thinking about I'm sick or I'm ill, those things also tend to show up just as fast. It plays no favorites here. And so the deciding factor really is you. It really comes down to what you are going to allow yourself to think. So one thing that I practice is whenever I am having like negative thoughts or, just feeling down and I remember this thing, what you want to do is you want to replace your negative thoughts with a positive thought, because a big mistake people make is they have a negative thought like, okay, I'm not good enough. And then they just say, okay, stop thinking about that, Gabe. And then they leave that there. But that's not how our mind works, because if you leave your mind blank, it'll fill it in with whatever else is there, right? If I told you right now, okay, take 2 seconds and forget everything that you're thinking about right now, your mind is automatically just gonna flood with random thoughts. You're probably thinking like, oh, what time is it? Or, what am I gonna eat later today? It's just gonna happen. However, if you cut off a thought and replace it with a positive thought, that thought is going to take up space in your mind, and that's what you're going to be focusing on. So instead of saying, I'm sick, right? You forget that thought and you say, no, I'm not sick. I'm healthy. I'm well. Even if you're not, okay? Even if you're not, because here's the thing, that your thoughts matter. Your thoughts have power. They have energy with them. And the more you concentrate and think on the good things, the more those will likely occur. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. At the end of the day, it all comes down to a choice. And that's really the main theme about this, right? It comes down to a choice. It takes the same amount of energy to think good things about your life than it does bad things about your life. The question is, which one are you gonna choose? Because when it's all said and done, whatever you're gonna focus on is going to win. And if you don't take the time and energy and effort to think about the things that you want, then your mind, the world, your circumstances are gonna make that choice for you. And I promise you, it's probably not gonna be the one that you want. So the first law that we're covering in this series, once again, is whatever you think about grows. So remember that, and I hope to catch you guys on the next couple of videos where we're going to go over the 6 other universal mental laws. Guys, like I said, these are super critical to help you understand the way the world works, understand the way your mind works, and how you can relate with the two so that you can go out there and create success and whatever it is that you are looking for. So I hope this video was helpful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I drop a new video every Friday. Also, share this video with anybody that you think will get value from it. Let me know down in the comment section below if you thought this was helpful. What are your thoughts? What are you constantly thinking about? Are you constantly thinking about good things, or are you constantly thinking about negative things? Put it down in the comment section below. Let's encourage each other. And don't forget, you can follow me also on social media down below. I answer all of my comments as well. So if you have any questions about this stuff, reach out to me. I'll be happy to help. Last but not least, guys, I'm gonna leave you the way I leave you with all my videos. Don't forget, and always remember, you only live once. Make it count. I'll talk to y'all next time.
Perfect.